How's everybody doing this morning? I have a brief statement, and then I'll open up for any questions you all may have. My statement is with the most from the deepest of my heart, and that is a genuine public thank you to the Birmingham City Council, to President Dr. Darrell O'Quinn, to Pro Tem Wardeen Alexander, Councilor Clinton Woods, Councilor Hunter Williams, Councilor Valerie Abbott, Councilor J.T. Moore, Councilor Crystal Smitherman, Councilor Carol Clark, and Councilor Latonya Tate for supporting, investing in our Birmingham Police Department, as well as our men and women who serve us, but equally just being leaders. This is a big deal. This was important, and our council stepped up to the plate. So again, I want to simply express my sincere appreciation and gratitude, as well as a thank you to our entire local legislative body, our Birmingham City Council. With that, I open up any questions you may have.
Can you touch on, is this going to allow the November class to perhaps reap some of the benefits? I know that was one of the things you really wanted to make happen.
Absolutely. This vote came in before the class starts November 19th. It is only fair that they reap the rewards of this. We're also in the last quarter of the year. Why wait till 2025? Let's get that retention bonus in our current police department men and women's hands this last quarter of 2024 to simply express our appreciation, as well as thank them as well for their hard service and doing everything they can to the max, with short having additional men and women to their left and right.
What will this allow the police department to do? Can you talk about the benefits of being able to hire somebody to patrol?
I think this puts us in the best position to go out here and share with our local community, to share countywide, statewide, in the Southeast region. The city of Birmingham is hiring. We're hiring Birmingham police officers. We're looking for men and women who understand what service is, who understand what community is, who understand what building trust is, who want to make impact, who want to be the face of law and order, who understand the human nature of what it means to take care of people, to solve problems, to help people. We are at a critical juncture in law enforcement nationwide. Let's be very clear, this is not a Birmingham problem in isolation. However, what we want to do as a city, as an administration, as a police department, is offer ourselves up and present ourselves to the next generation or current law enforcement or anyone in between who's looking for opportunity to serve. Come be a part of Birmingham Police Department.
I had the chance to do an interview with Frank Stitt on Friday, and he was very vocal. He's encouraged after meeting with police and city leadership, but he said that he doesn't feel that the 5 Point South area has gotten as much attention with the police presence as, say, Lakeview or some of the other entertainment districts. By hiring more officers, will that allow you to have more of a police presence in 5 Point South so that businessmen like Frank Stitt and others can feel assured?
I think it's very important as a city, in all of our 99 neighborhoods here, in all of our business districts here, that we be in our best position to provide police presence citywide, not just for one business district, entertainment district, but for all of them, not just for one area of town, but all 99 neighborhoods. Being in the position to be aggressively fill these 170 plus positions puts us in a better position to deploy police officers citywide, with the emphasis on our entertainment districts. But let's be clear, whether it's Frank Stitt or any small business owner, whether it's a resident in one side of town or the other 98 sides of our city, all of our residents deserve more police presence. And with what was presented today as well as voted on, puts us in a better position to be able to do that.
Can you touch a little bit on the plan now? I imagine the focus is going to shift towards the efforts to recruit and get the messaging out there. Can you highlight any more about what, I guess, Deputy Chief Malden and you are going to be doing in that aspect?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is to over-communicate to the public and aggressively market our recruiting efforts. Two, I want to be respectful of BPD leadership. and ask that you engage them on getting the detail of walking it out and what that looks like.
Do you have full faith and confidence in your police chief overseeing this effort moving forward?
I do. I think this is again a critical juncture. I think Chief Thurman, as well as the other deputy chiefs, have been given a mandate. We've been given a mandate. We will walk alongside leadership, along with the city council and all other leaders of the community, addressing this issue. Anybody else?
Recent events, do you believe this is going to be a game changer? We can talk about the Lakeview shooting, the unfortunate incident we saw on 3rd Avenue West. Given these recent incidents, how big a deal is this happening today?
So I think this is as big a deal as the first homicide that occurred in January of 2024. Every victim of crime, every victim of homicide, every victim of a gunshot that has survived, the family members for those who were wounded and survived, the family members for those who lost a loved one and are still grieving, still upset, still hurt, still in pain. This is a game changer for everyone to be in a better position, community-wide, with the concerns that exist. This is a game changer for all of us as a collective community. To be totally, transparent with you, there was ever opportunity, there was ever a window, there was ever a moment for the city of Birmingham, elected officials, non-elected officials, clergy, small business owners, corporate Birmingham, everyday individuals, those who care about politics and those who don't give a care, everybody in between, our youth, schools. UAB is our biggest employer. Every single entity, every single person. There was ever a time or a moment for us to understand what village means, for us all to come together. No finger pointing, none of that's necessary at this point. What our residents deserve is for us to be fully focused on solutions. The fastest and best way of solutions is for everyone to work together.
And you touched on a few of those solutions that are going to be presented on later today at the public safety meeting. How vital is it that we continue to see the funding and the efforts to improve conflict resolution skills, et cetera? Can you touch on that a little bit? I know most of it's going to be brought up by Uche today.
Yeah, so a great question. So, look, big picture. We acknowledged 5 years ago, literally 2019, in Birmingham, Alabama, in partnership with our Jefferson County Department of Health, then led by Dr. Mark Wilson, declaring gun violence a public health crisis in Jefferson County, not just Birmingham, Jefferson County. Fast forward 5 years, 2024, two things have happened. One, this year, the Surgeon General, the top medical person for the United States of America, has declared gun violence an American public health crisis. This issue goes well beyond our city limits of Birmingham, Alabama. Two, in continued partnership working with Dr. Hicks, who now leads the Jefferson County Department of Health, our continued relationship of building on community-based initiatives for reduction in gun violence. The lens and the scope of this has to be way bigger than police. It has to be way bigger than arrests only. What are the deeper issues that affect gun violence? And so today, what you'll see presented at 1 o'clock at the Public Safety Committee meeting is our ability to build on top of things we've been doing on the prevention and reentry end already for the last few years to the tune of $7 million annually. So adding on top of the things, I have 4 programs here. I'll just mention at a high level. One is called One Hood. It is an organized effort that focuses on using former violent offenders to aid in the movement of reducing violence. The second one is with partnership with an organization called NICJR. Now that stands for the National Institute for Criminal Justice Reform. What I can tell you is that their impact work, when we study best practices and model other cities, such as Newark, that's seen a decrease in crime, such as Baltimore, that's seen a 30% reduction in gun violence this year, and other cities, DC, Atlanta, what they've done in those cities. Come do that here in partnership so we can be aggressively with additional tools of reducing gun violence. And then the other is a Birmingham Street Team Alliance. We know today, just like we did yesterday, just like last year, that a person gets shot and survive. One or two things can happen. One is that they interact with Birmingham police officer in uniform or detective, literally know who shot them and then refuse to cooperate. They make their way to UAB trauma emergency room. Probability of them being discharged because they're patched up, not admitted. That person who refuses to cooperate with us, that person who was discharged right out of the ER, has a higher probability of retaliation, either going out here and being shot again and worse, dying, and or shooting someone and killing them. Can we have people on the streets? Do we need people on the streets? The answer is yes, deploying them to engage at a level that officers can't, or detectives can't, or that hospital staff cannot. It's important that we have these street alliance teams on the ground in neighborhoods where these shootings occur, because we know it works. Anybody else? Thank you all so much.
Thanks, sir.